What's up, guys? It's Future Genesis Gaming here, and today I'm bringing you guys a video of a life story. Um, this is basically a life story about breaking my arm. I said it a while back in one of my previous videos, and I said that I would bring a life story of it. So why not? And by the way, I get my cast off tomorrow, and it's Monday while I'm making this. So Tuesday, on the 10th, I get my cast off, and I have never been more excited about getting a cast off until now. I've only broken one other bone, but that's besides the point. Basically, uh, I broke it in a football game, in the homecoming football game for our high school, and I'm. It's kind of embarrassing because I was going in. Someone caught the receiver caught the ball. I was playing quarterback, and the receiver caught the ball. So I was coming up to make the tackle, and then I tripped and would try to catch my. Well, I didn't really trip. Someone like pushed me into him, and I was about to tackle him, and then like his momentum pushed him back and pushed me and I was falling down, and I tried to catch myself with my right arm and snap, and it snapped inside, and I broke my radius, and it looks like a noodle. And at first, I didn't even realize that my arm was broken, and I just thought it was like really sore. And I got up, and then I looked down at my arm and I'm like, oh shit, because it was disgusting. Like one part of my arm was going one way, the other part was going the other way, and the bone was like pushing up against the skin. So I walked to the sideline, and then they called a timeout, and I walked over there, and they called the trainer, and the trainer said possible fracture. I was just like, nah, it's a definite fracture. The hell? Um, so then I had to wait to get like one of the things to take me off the field. So it took me off the field, and I think there's only like 2 minutes left in the game. So I left like right when the game was ending, and we won that game. But they put me on there, and they took me to the ambulance, or not ambulance. They took me to my mom and my stepdad, and they had to drive me all the way down to this hospital, which is by our house, because I don't know. They decided it's a good idea to build a hospital right by our house, which is actually convenient. Well, it was convenient at the time. So they took me down to that hospital, and uh, I had to wait like 45 minutes to. Well, I took like 20 or 30 minutes to drive there because the stadium was kind of far away. So then we did that. Then it took like 20 or 30 minutes, 40, probably like 40, more like 45 minutes to get us to the hospital. And we were not to get to the hospital, but we were waiting in the hospital. And then um, once we did that, they checked me into the room, and they had a set. They said they were gonna have to set the arm, so they were gonna give me some drugs, basically, popping some mollies and shit. But nah, I'm just playing. They gave me morphine, and my head felt really heavy, and I was like, I didn't even feel like I was there, and I basically like passed out almost. That's what it felt like. And then I could like I remember it, and like my eyes were open, but I didn't feel anything at all. And I can't really tell you everything about it. It's kind of hazy. And my they said it's like truth serum. It makes you tell the truth, which is completely true because was always completely out of control of anything I was saying. Really, whenever they asked me a question, I just answered it honestly. Not saying I would lie anyway, but um, I was completely honest about everything, and it was like funny because whenever they asked me a question, I was like whispering, and I was like, they asked me what my favorite food was, I'd be like tacos, and yeah, so that's basically the whole story. I've been in the cast. I broke it in September, and I was in a long arm cast that went almost all the way up my arm. And I got that off like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And now I've been in a short arm cast that I get off tomorrow, which is like thank God, because this has been like the worst, not worst. It hasn't been like bad or anything, but it's just been so hard to be playing video games and shit and making videos and writing. But I'm about to get it off. I'm pretty happy. I was really happy when I got my long arm cast off, so I could go back to being raw, I guess. So I'm pretty excited. Tomorrow I get it off, and also tomorrow Fallout 4 comes out. So be looking for some gameplay of that. I've been waiting like 7 years for it, and I'm honestly in love with Bethesda just because they brought us Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout 3. Now they're bringing us Fallout 4, and next thing they'll bring is probably like the next Elder Scrolls, and I'm in love with the Elder Scrolls games. Like you really don't understand. No one really understands like how obsessed and how addicted I was to those games. But I'm not gonna make the commentary drag on any longer. Um, Watch out for Fallout 4 gameplay, some more Black Ops 3 gameplay throughout the week. And with that being said, peace out. Future Genesis out. Please like, comment, subscribe.